This is not your typical real estate podcast. We are real moms of real estate. Two awesome agents bringing real life stories to everyday interaction in the world of real estate. As they say, the good, the bad, the ugly. Bringing the myths of realtor reputations, creating a culture of awareness and understanding in real estate. We believe in no jealousy, women supporting women.
We are not selling sunset, buying designer clothes,
Maybe sometimes.
wearing high heels in unrealistic scenarios. We are Lulu leggings, slugging around sports equipment, carrying our oversized water cups, supporting our families, trying not to have mom guilt. This is our reality of selling Sonoma County.
Welcome, everybody. Realtor reputation is what our name is. This is our very first episode.
I'm Shannon Howard-Bisordi.
I'm Apryl Lopez. We are agents who work in Sonoma County.
We work in Sonoma County. We are two moms. We are huge Taylor Swift fans. And we think we're kind of funny.
I think I'm hilarious, personally. We once shared an office.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I moved out of that office.
She divorced me.
Yes.
Moved to another spot.
And then
Probably because we couldn't get anything done because we just laughed all day.
Yeah, pretty much. So then we came up with this bright idea that we really should be on a podcast. So what better way to do it? Create our own.
Correct.
That's, I think, really what it comes down to.
I think so. And I think the other thing is we watch a lot of podcasts and we listen to them. And everything I feel like is trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to be the expert, in a suit, very formal. And if you are a realtor and you live in this world like we live in, none of that's real.
No.
That's all pretend.
No. Yeah. No.
The behind the scenes stuff is the good stuff.
And this is what I say, the coffee table talk, right?
Yes, the red table, is that what Jada is called?
That's exactly.
Or the white table.
Yes. But I mean, that's what we wanted this to ultimately be, is like, we could talk about interest rates and we could talk about the not to say boring stuff, but interest rates are boring.
They
I
are
think.
boring.
I mean,
That's why I'm not a loan officer.
That's exactly right. But I think it's just really getting it down to the stories of real estate and the fact that we watch Selling Sunset, and as much as I would love
I would love to look like those ladies. And I don't even know. I don't think I've worn heels that high since I was 21, and I'm pretty sure I fell in the middle of the street wearing them. But how those women wear those dresses. And if you have ever been, with your realtor buying a house, people put lock boxes in the most random spots. So if you're in your Kim K dress and you're bending down and your client, is behind you, you don't want to be wearing a spandex dress. No, it's not real.
No. The other day it was raining and I had it was all the way, the lockbox was all the way down on the meter or whatever.
Were you doing that? Were you getting low?
Yes, I had a skirt on because I was going out to dinner with my husband. And I was like, shit, I gotta go show a house. So I've got an umbrella on my shoulder, trying to unlock the lockbox with my phone, all of these things. And I was like, yeah.
See, this is where you're I can't make this shit up.
So anyway, Selling Sunset is you can't even walk down the stairs in those high heels, let alone go show country property in Sebastopol or Petaluma.
No.
With heels on. So anyway, pretty much what we're getting at is this is our podcast and we're talking about real life real estate. How'd we come up with the name?
Well, we have daughters that are teens and like expensive things. This year, their dream was to go to the Eras tour. So we both made it happen.
Of course we did.
Which was amazing.
Yes.
And I would say as a mom, I think I'm probably maybe even more of a Swiftie than my daughters, even though they're pretty big into it. But it was a life-changing experience.
Oh no, my daughter fact checks me on a regular basis. It'll be hey, so did you hear? And she says, oh, that's old news.
That's old news.
A half an hour ago, Mom. And I'm okay.
Yes. So we're huge Swifties. We love Taylor and her message. And I think she's a great role model for our daughters.
For sure.
And I think more importantly, I like her life lessons of women supporting women. She has a great friendship group. And I think in this industry, it can be a dog-eat-dog, very cutthroat world. And I think in order to be successful, you have to have friends that are in the industry, because nobody wants to be at it alone, you know, in real estate.
Totally.
And I think it's great to call a friend and say, hey, I have this scenario. What do I do?
Yeah.
Have you ever had this happen to you? How would you write this up in your contract?
Well, even talking like to my spouse, he understands, like, obviously we all go home and sometimes vent, as much as I try not to vent to my husband, but it's good to have a connection with somebody else who I can be like, holy cow, guess what just happened to me? And you'll understand and you'll find that comedy in it, because sometimes you just have to laugh it out because.
Well, yes. And I think part of, you know, people talk about real estate, you know, and I always laugh because they always say we're sales people. Well, I don't feel like I'm a salesperson.
Oh, gosh, no.
So I think there are salespeople, and obviously we sell something, or it can be reputation based. Yeah. And that's kind of like realtor reputation, our name a little bit, is because I think both of us work on referrals, and part of, you know, gathering referrals is a reputation. If we do a great job and we care about our clients, I don't advertise. We're not on a billboard. So,
I mean, I feel like I could be.
I know we could be, but I'm just saying. But like, it's never been my way of doing things.
Yeah.
It's, you know, luckily it's those clients. I sold their first condo. They've moved up. I'm now helping their brothers and uncles and cousins. Yeah. So I just feel like it's a reputation business.
It is.
More so than a sales.
And then I feel like that's where the good, the bad, the ugly comes into play, because as much as like we pride ourselves in what we do and having that referral based business, that's what we'll get into throughout our episodes, is the fact that there are some people who in this business don't really believe that and don't want to lead in kindness and, you know, all of the things.
And I think that's the thing, is sometimes the stories we share that people on the other end, because it's a whole transaction, right?
Yes.
So if you're working with somebody that is awful, like I can use other choice words, but on the other end, they're really not helping. So, you know, the whole situation. So I think that you want to have a good reputation, not for your clients, but in your community.
Totally. Well. I mean, that's why I go to everything I go to all the time. And my husband tells me, oh, you're going to another meeting. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
You are.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go.
Us.
That's us in a nutshell. We are going to go into what we are going to call the mom moment of the week. So since this is our very first episode, we are going to just kind of do some introduction of like who we are. So Shannon, you're up first.
Okay. So this year, 2024, let's just put it this way, I'm legally allowed to drink. That's how many years I've been in real estate.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes. I started when I was 10. And I started in a very...
That's so great.
I know.
I love it.
So cheers!
Cheers to 21.
Cheers to 21. Cheers
I have a Diet Coke.
That's okay. So it's very different 21 years later, because when I started, I was in my early 20s, and it was pretty brutal out there, I would say. Like, they didn't take me seriously. You know, I was not old enough. People asked me if I was old enough to do this, as I'm showing them properties, because...
Which I think younger people do get that.
They do.
Yeah.
But back then, there was not the technology and the apps, and we didn't have DocuSign.
Oh, wow.
We had those like yellow sticky tabs. I know I'm dating myself. And believe it or not, like, we didn't have, you know, videos and like digital flyers, or even like color printers. Like, I worked in the office where the first color like copier came out.
Pretty much what you're saying, you started off in the dinosaur age.
Correct.
Yes. Perfect.
With everybody that didn't know how to use a computer or a cell phone.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
I started as the office manager receptionist, and then I became a transaction coordinator, all by accident. I was going to be an event planner, and I wanted to be like J-Lo in The Wedding Planner. That was always like my dream.
I could see you being...
Yeah. So I had worked in college. I worked for the Four Seasons and in hotels and hospitality. So I was moved back up to Petaluma, and I was waiting for the hotel to open in San Francisco, the Four Seasons. So I got this job at Remax Marina as like a placeholder until it opened, and then pretty soon, 7 years later, I'm the transaction coordinator. I'm learning how to make flyers with publisher. Like, the young people don't even know what that is. It's
all
like
of the
horrible,
things.
all the things.
Yes.
And they had went from the MLS like book to the computer. Like there used to be a book. I mean, that was before my time. Like, every week it would come out.
Yes.
People wouldn't believe this. So anyway, there's been a lot of development over the years. But I think the funniest part that I was reflecting back the other day was being, young and people didn't take you seriously.
Yeah.
I dressed in like suits. I even bought like a Mercedes because I'm like, I have a fancy car. Like they're gonna know like I'm old enough.
I'm an agent.
I'm an agent.
I'm a successful agent.
It was back then.
I drive a Mercedes.
So now you have to like take me seriously. And there would be, so I used to train the new agents and I used to hate it because, the gray-haired man would come in every time. And he would have like left his job at like Hewlett-Packard or like some crazy like AT&T. And now he's going to become a realtor at, 60 years old. So I would train him and he had no idea what to do. And then I would go up and he'd be like, oh yeah, I got the listing. Because he had gray hair and looked established. And I'm this like, 20-something-year-old girl coming in and they're like, she's too young.
Whatever.
So gray hair was the... Like, if you were a man with gray hair, you probably would win the listing.
So you chose to just stick into real estate and not go back to the Four Seasons?
I did.
Yeah.
I ended up I got my broker, who was a great mentor. He talked me into getting my license. I was also getting my master's degree at the time. I had a great mentor, Elaine Ramirez, if you're out there. She's amazing, and she's the one who taught me the golden rule of real estate. Which read everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Read the contract and it will be your roadmap. You'll know what to do.
Yes.
So she taught me that.
What great advice.
She was amazing and I love her and
love that.
But she was my woman mentor back then.
Yeah, love that.
So anyways, I stuck with it and here I am 21 years later. 2 children later.
I love it. Okay, so let me talk about myself.
Let's talk about yourself.
I'm just kidding.
So why did you?
Not kidding.
So were you one of those people? Can I just ask? Did you buy a house and it looked so easy that you became a realtor?
No, God no. Are you kidding me? My husband and I, when we bought, my uncle was an agent. Still is an agent.
Okay. So he's the gray-haired man.
Yeah, he's the gray hair man. He's totally now he has gray hair. So
he's like, hold on, let me open my flip phone. How does this work?
He was an agent, so we were like, sure, let's buy a house.
Sure, Uncle Joe.
We bought our first house, but when we bought our first house, like it was at the peak of the market in 2006.
Oh, did you like write your offer like on the car hood, and then he's like, oh, by the way, Apryl, you need to go 100,000 over.
That's exactly right. So pretty much that's what we did. We bought our first house and we ended up losing our ass, to put it frank. And my mentor is Diana Gordiski. So she's actually now my manager. Well, my manager at Vanguard. And, but she's seen me do sales just like Facebook, like what a multi-level marketing sales, that sort of thing. And she's always like, you should get your license. You should get your license. Because I was a stay-at-home mom with my kids for a long time. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So ended up getting...
All you have to do is take a test.
All I have to do is take a test.
And then you can be on Selling Sunset.
That's right. Although I didn't have that expectation. I was just like, as long as I can contribute to my household, as long as I can do something with selling real estate, that's what I'll do.
And maybe you might have had like some spending money to buy a designer bag or two.
I kid you not. No, I kid you not. Part of it is because like... I like to do things. I like to get my nails done, my pedicures, and that sort of thing. But in order to do that, like I felt like I just wanted to contribute myself.
Needed some extra.
Anyway, fast forward. So my husband and I, after we bought our first house, we lost our house, and then we went through the stage of buying fixer-uppers, and we believe in sweat equity, and that's kind of how we've lived our life in real estate. So between him and I, like just buying houses, fixing them up, making an incredible amount of money. Like we kind of just got in that groove, and Diana helped us multiple times buy houses, sell houses, that sort of thing. And then now we're in our forever home. Although my husband is my very worst client because he sends me listings on a day. I'm kid you not, on a daily basis.
My husband,
he's like, we should buy this house. We should buy that house. No, we're not doing that. I'm not helping you. And I actually tell him all the time, you should call Diana. Could you imagine? He bought a house with
Whatever.
Sorry.
No, I just think it's funny because I'm like, stop sending me stuff. So
well, my
anyway.
husband's old realtor was Peter, and I swear he only married me for my commission.
Oh my God.
Because we, like you, bought and sold 6 houses before we like had kids in like 4 years. Everyone in my family was like, "Why do you keep moving?" But we did the same thing. We bought and sold and moved up,
and we always knew that our starting goal, that wasn't our forever home. Like we truly, and I try to actually talk about that with my clients on a regular basis, is sometimes it's just getting your foot in the door is what you
absolutely.
need to do. So we are firm believers that you can do that. And we are in we love our home now. At least I love my home as much as my husband wants to sell it all the time. But so that was kind of my story of why I decided to get into real estate. As much as like Diana talked to me about becoming a real estate agent, like it just made sense.
Yes,
like
it's a flex, and I like it as a mom because it's flexible.
It is.
So I mean, you do work 24/7. There's like a lot of like memes and jokes, but you kind of are on call. But you get to pick your kids up from school.
Totally okay.
You get to go to the plays, the activities, the sporting events, and that's why.
And that's exactly right. And I mean, besides showing the home, I really could do a lot of the work from my computer, wherever I'm at. So it was the flexibility because I came from the dental field and I had to be there.
At that desk all the time.
I had to be there because if we had patients, you have to be there. So it was kind of one of those things. So it was a good transition to be flexible with my kids because my kids keep me busy. Which leads us into our next section, which is family life. So I've got 2 teenagers at home. I have one who she's 25, almost 26. So she lives obviously outside of the home, and a grandbaby. She's
the cutest grandbaby ever.
She's given me that little baby girl. So I call her mine, although she'll say that she's definitely hers, but she's mine.
I can't wait till one day I'm a grandma. Because then you get to hold her.
She's like the best thing ever. Although she only loves her mother, and her dad. So there's that. But so I've got 3 kids total, a grandbaby. I'm married, been married for almost 17 years, I think. Been with my husband for a little over 20. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 girls. I call them my 2 broke friends. They're both 14 and then one's 13. They're in 8th grade. They're not twins. We adopted our kids. So we went through a whole, situation. So I speak to a lot of people about foster care and adoption and all that stuff. So I'm a huge advocate for youth and all that. So we have 2 amazing girls. We're applying to high schools right now and trying to figure that out.
You're applying to high schools?
Well, nowadays, one of my daughters wants to go to a private school. Yeah. So it's, between here in Santa Rosa and then the other one's going to the local school by us. Yeah. But it's a whole thing. Like when I grew up, you went to the neighborhood school. That was it. So it's a whole thing. It's kind of like, interviews and all kinds of stuff. So I have my husband, Mark. We've been married. It'll be 20 years this year. So it's like 21 years in real estate, 20 years.
Love it. At least you said your husband's name. I didn't even say my husband's name. I'm just kidding.
And Mark's in the industry. So he works in the title part. So we're both kind of in the industry. So we get the ups and downs of the market together, which is good and super stressful.
Hard, yeah.
So, but he's a great team player and we work together. We don't have pets, and I'll just tell you, my kids are dying for a dog, but we have a belief since they were little. We used to go to Petco, and I used to bring them in, and I'd be like, "Oh, hello, Miss, worker. Can we hold the hamsters?" And then let my kids name them, and then they put them back. And I'd say, next time we go to Trader Joe's, we can go visit your hamsters. So they believed that for a long time.
Are you kidding me?
No. And then so I tell all my friends that have kids.
You're never getting a pet. Yes. We just visit pets.
Yeah, we visit. No, they're their pets. They live at Petco. They take care of them. They feed them, and then they can go visit them. So then about 5 years ago, my girls started riding horses. So which is like the perfect world because the horse lives at the horse barn. Yes. So even though we don't have one, we've sponsored or leased one. Yeah. So Mikey lived there and they take care of him and we feed him and brush him and then they live there. So we don't have any pets.
None.
How about you?
None.
Did you fall for the pets?
No, I get roped into every single pet. But I always wanted, I had dogs growing up, that whole thing. But I have 2 dogs. I have a Border Collie and a Blue Heeler that are my lifelong dogs because the age... for whatever age, however you would say it.
Dog years.
Dog years.
Yes.
They live to be 18.
Oh, yeah.
So in our years, which is why I got those dogs, because I don't think I'll ever part with my animals. I'm trying to get a 3rd dog, although my husband Like, we always dabble, like, should we get an Australian Shepherd? But
Ooh.
no, we're not going to. 2 dogs is plenty. And then I just got roped into a cat. The reason we got a cat is because Taylor Swift is, like, obsessed.
Well, she is, but my husband would never.
Oh, no. Like, my daughter every day would send me, like, we should get a cat. We should get a cat.
What's her cat's name? Isn't it, like,
No.
Meredith Grey?
No. Our cat's name is Ivy, which is a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But we don't really call her Ivy. I'm not even going to tell you the name that we call her because it's just inappropriate. But she's our titty cat is what we call her. Like, kitty.
Yeah.
It turned into, Anyway, that's our cat. But her name's Ivy after a Taylor Swift song. So that's my life.
That's your life.
But we live in the country, so we have like
so you have
skunks and deer, and we have a mountain lion that comes to our property.
Yeah.
Although we haven't seen him in a while.
We get the occasional, like, mouse or rat from the field that drowns in our pool. And then my kids are like, Mom, Ratatouille's in the pool!
You're kidding? Really?
Yeah, so we live by a field a couple times a year, but we live like, with the fields and stuff. So when they mow, they kind of come out.
Wait a second, I want a pool, and I never even considered, like,
Ratatouille will be, like, floating in there.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. There's got to be a lot of chlorine that goes in.
I was going to say, do you have to, like, have your pool guy come out?
Yeah, well, he comes once a week anyways, but yeah.
Okay, this is, like, new
so
information.
just know, it's gross.
This is definitely new information that I need to consider.
There's things I don't, like any rodent or snakes. Like,
gross.
Just
gross.
Like,
that's like when I sell a house and you have to get the pest inspection. If you don't know, you have to get a pest inspection. Well, we recommend you should. But anytime there's like rodent activity, there was actually, let's say this real quick. There was one house that I was there with another agent, Lisa, and we're sitting there, and I kid you
Did you hear
not.
Scratching?
Oh no, we were in the garage and we saw on the rafters him run across, and I was like, holy cow. So then we were walking through the house, stomping, trying to scare it, so like it hid in the crevice somewhere.
No.
Oh yeah. The things that we see in real estate. So, okay, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
I'm going to call this section New Year, New Me.
Yes.
Because I am just curious, do you goal set? I mean, we're all self-employed, right? So
yes.
With being self-employed, I know I'm a big goal setter yearly, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, that sort of thing. Just because that's what has to keep me driven in real estate. Because if not, I totally could sit on my couch and do absolutely nothing, as I think most people could, right?
Yeah.
But what are your goals? How do you tend to do that? Do you have any goals for 2024? So we're kicking off the year.
I probably could be better at a plan. I'm kind of, as somebody would say, you're always busy. And I am. I'm always busy. I'm always running around. I have 2 businesses. So I have a staging company too, because I stage my listings and I stage
and you do a fabulous job. I love it.
Stage for Apryl and other people too. So I'm always just kind of like, flying by the seat of my pants and just, keeping my household running.
Yeah.
But I've always had a goal, of a certain, money amount. And I always try to sell, at least 1 to 2 houses a month is always my goal.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like you always have something kind of coming and going. And I've always said as a mom, like I'm never, even though, we're top producers and good producers, I don't need to be number 1.
Totally.
My goal is not to be like so crazy that I can't be at home, because that's not why I have kids.
Yeah.
So, and real estate kind of goes like this. So there's some months where it is really, really crazy.
For sure.
And there's, like right now in December, I'm kind of slow and I kind of am ramping up for, new listings in January and buyers. So that's good. But, so I kind of just my, 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah.
And, but personally, our family is setting some goals. We really want to be more physically fit. And
as we all do.
But we really, I think, are, as a family, we're going to try it as a family this year.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
kind of, get on that. And then I feel like during COVID, it was a hard time and we kind of like let our diet slip a little bit.
Yes.
We have, so I think just kind of getting back to more basic, simpler meals.
I mean, COVID, I think I ordered every single attachment to my KitchenAid mixer to make pasta.
Bread.
And all of the yumminess things.
We did so much baking. But it was great because the kids, they loved it. And
which COVID pounds is a thing though.
Oh.
And then they still remain.
It's like the freshman 15 when you go to college. But it's like the COVID plus 15.
Plus 50.
Yeah. So I think just
That's
being
good.
healthy and my own personal goal, and I'm going to set it with my husband, which he doesn't know, is we both kind of get mad at each other. But
I have to clue him in on this one.
Well, it's to be more present, I think, at home.
Totally.
Because he works from home and we have these in our hand, and now we have teenagers, so they have them in their hand. So I think it's we put them away for dinner, but I think just even, I know some families have a phone box or something.
No, actually, I am totally on board with this because I agree.
Because and we kind of got loose with the iPads with the kids. So they take them to bed with them now, and I think it's just at the at a certain time we're just checking in all of our devices, and then to have time together. So we're watching a movie, but not four people or not have the movie on and then on their
with their phones and all of the things.
So I think that's
totally.
kind of just a little bit of a goal.
Yeah. And I wanted to touch base on what you're saying too with real estate goals. I think there's such a taboo that we are these top producers and we're making extreme amounts of money.
Exactly.
But really, the way I say it is we're unemployed if we don't have anything going on. That's ultimately what it is.
And I think the other thing is the expenses don't end.
Correct.
So, people don't realize, it's like any business, like for my staging, I have a warehouse I have to pay for. Yeah. Versus, some places have desk rent, we have different, ways we pay, but we have our E&O insurance and we have, websites and all kinds of stuff.
And those tax bills, they never want to stop.
Oh, you mean you don't get to keep all the commission?
No, gosh, no. If that's a dream, wouldn't it be so great?
You don't get
I'm such a stickler, we don't have enough money. It all goes to taxes.
Well, a lot of it does.
A lot of it does. Yeah, a lot of it does. I'm a very big goal setter. Like I said, I think we're pretty similar actually, how much I want to do throughout the year. Mm-hmm. I'm a very big, you know me. I'm very organized.
She has spreadsheets. And I love it because that's why we work well, because we're a little bit, I'm more the visionary and she's more keeps it okay, tell me your ideas and I'm going to put it down.
Totally.
And I love that.
So I have it written down in a spreadsheet, but then I also have my paper calendar because I feel I always have to go back to I
have to have a paper calendar.
If I can't see it all spread out, I just get
and sometimes if you're in a car and you have to pull over, I don't have time to put it in my phone and
Totally. My life is, which I don't want my phone to start going off, is, hey Siri, can you add that to my calendar? But that is the basics. Look at Siri's going off right now because that's what great. I do. So I set my goals. How many houses? I mean, I do that. I think I definitely believe in quality over quantity. So I always put that in my yearly goal, I guess you can say, of really just meaningful connections with people and getting them to the end. So that's kind of my goal setting. But I also did a vision board this year.
I saw there was a workshop. I'm so sad. I wanted to do that. I love vision boards.
It was so great. And then I forgot to take a picture of the final, but I'll take a picture and I'll share it with you.
I want to see your vision board. Maybe I should go home and do one over break.
You should.
The kids have some more time off in January.
You should just steal a magazine.
I have tons of magazines. I think they're in my recycling. I'll just go pull some out.
And it's so funny because I'm overcritical of things that I do, and I thought it was too wordy. My vision board was too wordy. And I was I need more images, but there was you get it out of a magazine clipping. So, but I was already analyzing my vision board that it was too wordy. So funny. So I'm just whatever.
But that's good to have that and put it up on your desk so you could see it.
I definitely have those personal goals. We'll see how it goes this year. I need to drop the COVID weight,
thing that we'll talk about, we could do a whole episode on it, is I'm obsessed with the ladies of the Home Edit.
The
Home Edit?
I do. What are their names again?
Joanna and...
Is there a new season?
I think there was 2 seasons. They did Reese Witherspoon's
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm obsessed. I have all their books. And so I've home edited, so our kitchen and
see, but that closet. Really goes with your staging.
Yes. But the thing is, I don't like to organize. So it's really hard.
I should come over. I
You
love to
should.
organize.
You should.
Like
I have like anxiety like when I just see it and I like look at it, but I want it to look a certain way, so I call it like the mindset. Like you have to get in the mindset, and then
wait. So I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a pantry?
Well,
Like a shelf?
Yes.
So do you have clear containers that you put the pasta in? Okay, see?
And I have the labels. I bought them at the container
Yes.
store. They're the home edit ladies. Like I have everything.
They have
labels. Oh yeah, we have to go. I'm gonna bring my books in. I'll be a whole nother like New Year like
because
episode.
I do feel like that in my pantry. Like I like to have all of the things have its place.
Yes, I do too, and I have all the clear containers.
But my kids go in the pantry and then like it's disheveled into like a mess.
We just did my garage pantry recently. Let's show you some before and after. So we could do a whole little home edit exercise. It's kind of fun.
Love it.
People are like, "Can you come to my house?" I'm like, "No, but I have somebody who can."
That's right.
You don't want me to.
I love doing that, especially if it's not my house. Like I could totally throw away other people's stuff.
Well, and that's the thing about being a stager is I can go in and people hate me.
Yeah.
Because it's what sells a house. That'll be another podcast episode.
Yeah. Okay, moving along to our next section is the Swiftie Sell of the Month. Ooh. So I feel like we cannot do this podcast without highlighting the fact that Travis Kelce just bought a new house.
I mean,
I feel like just to house Taylor Swift.
I mean, the timing's impeccable.
I mean, I will say the same thing. Just some details before we get into the nitty gritty of why we love Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is it was a $6 million purchase. Well, what I found out, it was originally listed for 6.9. And
so he got a little deal on it.
He did get a deal. Good negotiation.
Very good.
Way to go, real estate agent. And good buyer's agent.
Gotta love them.
But it sounds like he closed at $6 million. 3.5 acres, gated community, pickleball, tennis courts, waterfall, hot tub, swimming pool, miniature golf, 6-bedroom home built in 1998. Those are the details. So
wow.
Like
I also heard, I think like Patrick Mahomes and Brittany live in that kind of area too.
So they like all
so they could be like neighbors. Did you think like a golf cart? And they're like, hey, like let me just drive my golf cart.
I said a walk. Yes, you're probably correct. It's more of a golf cart.
Or just his Bentley is fine.
That's it. That's true. But
do you think though, can I just ask a question? Like it's in a gated community. Do you think like if they have a golf cart, they have to get like Taylor's security team in a golf cart? They have like a little parade of them?
No.
So do you think like if they're in there, like they finally get some privacy?
No, I think so.
I hope so.
I feel like the security would probably be at the front gate, if anything.
Maybe, okay.
Like don't let people through? I don't know. Or maybe at the front of I don't know.
How does that work?
Yeah, there's probably...
I mean, I don't have people for that.
I don't have people for that either.
I don't know.
I need people.
I just wondering because at the old house I could see where that would be like very
totally.
There's like it's in a neighborhood and there was no gates.
I
and, like,
didn't investigate his old house. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, it was only $1 million.
You are way more hardcore than I am.
Hardcore. This is like my life.
But I do feel like their little love story. It's gonna create great songs. Not breakup songs. I feel like it's
marriage songs.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love it. It's
and then like later after a few years, it'll be like, and then he leaves the refrigerator open and doesn't pick up his towel off
and leaves his underwear on the side of the laundry basket.
Yes, exactly.
And all of
somebody get the crying baby.
He hates all of the pillows on the bed.
Yes.
Wait, actually, let's talk about this. How many pillows do you have on your bed?
Oh well, so I have like the two, what are they, like the European ones? Then I have 2 each, and then I have like probably like 6.
Okay.
I have a lot of pillows.
So I have like your sleeping pillows. I sleep with 2 pillows. My husband sleeps with 1, but I have to even it out.
Yes.
So we have those 2 pillows. I have 2 like long.
Oh yeah, the lumbar kind of like cute.
Yeah, but they're decorative. But on a pillow jam, I have 2 in front of that on each side. So that's 2. That's a lot. And then I have like 6 throw pillows on the front. Yeah.
You have a lot.
Yeah. I feel like it's a girl thing.
Yeah. Well, and I think like it's kind of fun because being like staging, like I like to change them out, and then I have like the quilt. Like I have like like how you like see the beds like in the pictures like of our houses. Yes. Then I have like the quilt at the end, and then I have like the knitted one.
I'm very particular on the way that I make my bed. and it's a thing. But the only reason I change out my throw pillows is because my kid steals them. So my daughter will steal my pillows. Like I got brand new shams because you just replace the shams or whatever. I got brand new, sorry, totally off topic, but I got brand new shams like 2 weeks ago. And I was like,
where'd they go?
Where did my pillows go? I go in her room and she's like sleeping on it. And I was like, those are not for sleep.
So
you can't sleep on a throw pillow.
No, and I get really mad because I buy them at Pottery Barn a lot of times because in our living room and family room I have them because I like to take them off and wash them because everybody thinks they're sleeping pillows, including me sometimes. So I like to take those.
Totally.
I like to be able to wash them and unzip them.
You know who has good shams too is IKEA.
Oh yes, I have a lot of those.
Like they're so great. I actually, another off topic, we just got those love sacks.
Oh yeah, are they like super cozy?
They are amazing.
Aren't they huge?
They're very big, yeah. So we have like this extra game room area
that's nice. That's where we put them.
We totally have a space because otherwise, no, they would not be in my house. They are way too big. But we got rid of an extra couch.
Well, that's nice. So they kind of like a spot to like.
But my kids, we had them delivered on Monday. It was kind of part of their Christmas present. We had them delivered on Monday, and they have not left.
They're like, hold on, Mom, we're eating dinner.
Oh no, they truly are like, hey,
does this come with a TV tray?
Like, where are the kids? And Bea's like, I'm sleeping.
So do they get along better now that they just have like their stuff?
I mean, they both have AirPods in their ears.
They don't really talk.
It's our game room, so one of them will be playing like Xbox, and the other one's like. Well, Bea had finals. Oh, yeah, Bea had finals. So she was listening to Swiftie, of course, because that's all she listens to.
Yes.
And then writing an essay. But yeah, that's okay. That was off topic. But
that's,
But I'm just curious about I'm curious about pillows because.
So I also heard that Taylor Swift does this thing where she surprises her friends and like decorates their homes.
What?
Yes, it's like in a few different like interviews and different friends have said it. So I'm wondering like if she's like going to do the interior decorating.
Oh, probably. Well, does she hire people for that, or she actually?
I don't know. It sounds like she just like likes to do fun things. Well, you know how she like picks out presents for her fans. And stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering like if it's something like they're decorating together, because he's probably like I could see like him having like a total like sports bachelor pad. Probably like a basketball hoop in it.
I feel different because. Really? Well, he's got like that style. He's into his style and fashion and that sort of thing. True. So I feel like he would. I mean, yeah, maybe towards the bachelor side of it, like dark, moody.
Yeah.
Like colors and that sort of thing, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
If only we could
be invited.
So we can really get the lowdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would probably be best.
Yeah.
If we were friends with Taylor.
To be continued.
Taylor, if you're listening, we want to be your friend.
But we're really good friends too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we can sell you a house.
Do you need one in the wine country?
Sonoma County. Here we are. All right. So we're going to go to true and false.
Okay.
Myths, stuff, things that pertain to real estate. So I am going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me true or false, like how you feel on this. Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So should you wait until interest rates drop to buy a home?
I get this question every day.
Yes,
so,
seriously.
Barbara Corcoran, who I think has a great clip which we could share.
Yes.
And I really believe in her theory, and I like it because that was my theory, but she actually like put it out and people were using it. And I believe that the answer is false. You should not wait. One, because historically interest rates have gone up and down. And I think that inventory, at least where we live in Northern California, is very slim still. And I think I'm a strong believer in location. And if you want to live in a certain neighborhood, I think if you see that opportunity and you can get that house,
for sure,
you should buy it.
Absolutely.
And you could always refinance. And there's lots of different loan options that you can, have that will allow you. I don't think the interest rates personally are going to be the same for 10 years. I think they're going to go up and down, so you could refinance, and they've already gone down a few points. I think if you wait, I feel that it's going to get back to where it was, where now you're overbidding because a lot of people are on the fence and waiting, and then it's going to be, okay, I could pay a little bit higher of an interest rate, or now I can bid $200,000 over. So I mean, it's a it's a catch-22, and I feel like now you don't have as much competition, so maybe you might be competing, depending on the house and the price range, against maybe 2 or 3 people, where before, I wrote offers where there was 22 offers, and things, the most expensive one, I think, in Sonoma County was like last year or the year before, and it went for $1 million over asking price. And that's not typical here. Yeah. It is in, Marin and San Francisco and the South Bay and different areas. Right. But it's kind of like, do you pay a little bit more a month, or do you pay that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, and right now too, we're talking about winter months. Yes. So right now, you have that opportunity because there might not be any offers on homes. So now is the best opportunity.
Because everybody's preoccupied.
Absolutely.
So do you think, because you, like my husband and I, you've bought and sold a lot of houses, can I ask you a true or false?
Sure.
Do you think it's better to buy a house in the winter? True or false?
True. Absolutely.
And why do you think so?
Because there's no competition, because everybody wants to go sit around the table and hang out with the fam bam, and I'm going to be out there trying to buy my house. All right, everybody. I feel like we had a really great episode for our first 2024 launch. Where's our headbands? We should have our headbands on.
Oh, I know.
That's okay. Needless to say, this is where we want to just tell you, as listeners, if you have any input, anything that you would like to include, we have questions that we would like answered, or if you have questions that you would like answered, DM us on Instagram. We can answer those questions on our podcast if we like your question, because I feel like we totally have to pull the best questions. I'm kidding. But please ask us questions. We want you to know that we have no subscribers at this point. So
we have no sponsors. We are not on a billboard.
We are starting fresh. So like us on Instagram, like us on, subscribe on YouTube. I'll get this down eventually, but what do? Like, subscribe, thumbs up us, links below, all of the goodness. But anyway, we just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think this was successful. Hopefully you agree, but we will see you on the next episode of
Realtor Reputation.